Showtime the Hype Man morning show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hot Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhotradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya! Hi, and welcome to Philly Hot Radio morning show. I got a morning show. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. Sometime I gotta pinch myself. I don't believe that I got a radio station broadcast live Monday through Friday, 5 days a week on Philly Hot Radio. Welcome, audience, and those who are about to tune in around the world. We are broadcasting live on WW Philly Hot Radio. Showtime the Hype Man morning show. We got a brand new show. We got a lot of great topics, but we got a show that's for the people. It is for those who want to participate to watch me in my laboratory, because this is my laboratory where I discover how to reach a larger audience and a fan base around the world. God is good, so sometimes you gotta pinch yourself, and then sometimes you gotta just go, hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man morning show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hot Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhotradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya! Hey, what's up, Jimmy Valentine? I want to thank Rosie and Jimmy for tuning in and watching me, and the other people that's watching me live on the YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in a good treat today. I done my meditation this morning. I listened to one of the king of radio, Steve Harvey, this morning, when he talked about how a lot of us have used old slangs where most people has been conditioned to go with the old language, how we say things, stuff like this. Well, I guess it's not meant to be. Well, I guess it didn't work out for me. Maybe God didn't want that to happen. Or old one that, well, they say out of 1,000 people, only one gonna make it. We have heard so many people's slangs that has overshadowed the community that I come from, and we are still using that language going to the 2001. It's a disgrace where we've been programmed of old slang has hold so many of us back. Because my radio show is different than most people, and I want it to be different. And I don't want to duplicate nobody else, because I'm doing what God has put inside of me as a little boy, and I didn't realize that I would be hosting my own radio show Monday to Friday, along with my co-host Dr. Rock on Saturday mornings, my ride and die, Dr. Rock. She has been committed to me, and I am committed to her. Even for those who watching us and think that me and Dr. Rock, we are still together. She been with me from day one, and I told her that anybody that's loyal to me, I'm loyal back to them. So we got a radio show today. It's going to be some hot topics. I want everybody to know that this is a whole new wave of radio, where most people are used to the radio that goes in their car, and they expect they're the only ones can have a radio station. But what I realized, that those who are new podcast listeners and those who are new podcast people, we are creating a buzz around the world with the new podcast radios and those who are doing their own thing. I just want to wish each and every one of y'all good luck. And I know that's an old slang that we used to say, but I mean it, that anyone that want to start their own radio station, Showtime the Hype Man, you have my blessing. And then I read something else today, because I read books where Lester Brown, T.J. Jakes, Steve Harvey book. I read stories because it's important for me to read other people's success. And I have watched where Steve Harvey was talking about him being a great comedian. At that time in the 80s, all nightclubs, the comedian was on the market all down in Los Angeles on the Strip. And Steve Harvey had a dream that he wanted to be on a Johnny Carson show. But he had a guy that told him, you know how hard it is to be on the Johnny Carson show? And out of about 1 million of y'all comedy guys, only one of y'all might just ever get opportunity to go. So Steve Harvey said he just sang the song, the introduction part when Johnny comes. Yeah, Johnny. So Steve Harvey used to say that in his rotation in his stage presence as a comedian, but he knew that he keeps saying it sooner or later that opportunity gonna come. I got a radio show. And there's a lot of people doing podcasts just like me. But that's not my problem. My problem is to focus on my lab. And this is the lab, my radio show. And this is where I come Monday to Friday for 2 hours to make sure that I do something that is different so my audience can pass it on to their friends. And this is how you start building your brand and your name in your radio show. I might not have the towers where everybody else had, but anyone that built a radio station, it took them years and years and years of doing something, having meetings, going through managers, going through new people, and try to get it right. I'm here because I chose to be here. I'm here not because of money. I'm here just like with Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, even though they went to college. But they went to college to play ball, along to get a little bit of education. But once they found out that the NBA has opened the door for them, if you notice that they immediately left college and went to their dream. I never knew, for those who know, I was born and raised in the Winfield section of Philadelphia since 1965, where my parents purchased a home in Winfield where there was a Jewish community at the time. And because I'm a traveling man, that most of the people from Winfield and those who still live in the section never understood me, and I maybe never understood y'all, but I know Jimmy, because me and Jimmy and Melody, his sister that I love, and rest in peace, Melody, that we was across the street from each other, even though me and Jimmy never did no crime together, but I knew he had my back, because he was older than me, and I knew he was going to look out for me. But I'm finding myself in the city of Philadelphia fighting an old wave with people. I find myself fighting the elected officials, the new elected official that has the old way of jealousy. They don't want nobody else to be a part of another, whatever it is. And I'm going to talk about, and so I'm giving y'all a story because I'm a storyteller. And to be a great radio host, you have to be a great storyteller. Or be a great speaker. Great speakers tell stories. And I have a journey to got me for where I'm here today, only because of Showtime the Hype Man, the former hype man for the Dell Music Center. I didn't quit. They told me that I could longer be there because what I spoke out at a board meeting of leadership. And because I was in leadership and I was speaking and asking questions, what we do is those who are in leadership. But we have seen that management, people that's in power, people that's in development that control things, and I have realized that the Afro-American community, when men that are managers or directors or they are part of something, they're the leader, and when a guy that is happy and excited about doing some things and maybe saying some things as a challenge, certain people take it the wrong way. The best thing they can do, they have learned to cut you off. So we're watching managers in the 21st century and those who hire people that's inside the organization, and we're going outside bringing the wrong people in these organizations, and these be the wrong people because these people have the same behavior. So we are bringing people in organization that will quick to cut somebody's job off, or quick to write them up, or quick to get rid of them off of one thing. We are watching managers, directors, bosses, or have a different way in going to the 21st century that these people has a great spirit of doing things. So I want to talk about, I want to call the state rep that up there, Morgan Chapin of the 192 district. She's the state rep for the Winfield section of Philadelphia. And Morgan Chapin is the state rep. I'm going to give her a phone call. And for those who like to call her office at 215-879-6625. I've been riding around Winfield and seeing the news break of the crime that's going up in Winfield, where mostly residents on a high alert of crime, murder, drugs, dark driveways, and we're not seeing nothing getting done, and the children are running around in Winfield and Overbrook section, all down in Lansdowne Avenue with nothing to do. Even though the COVID-19 has played a major role of some of the things or activities, but we are still seeing young folks are still doing criminal acts in the Winfield section of Philadelphia. We're seeing poppy stores on each corner that bring crime in the community, even though everybody has a right to open up a store in the business. But also we are allowing people that come from other countries that come in our community and develop and open up shop. And they started down in the Latino community. They worked their way in North Philly. They worked their way in Southwest Philadelphia. They worked their way at 52nd and Market. And we are seeing a trend of poppy stores all around our community where black elected officials has approved and allowed them to pour their train. And when it's time for them to run, these poppy stores give them a war chest to keep in office. A lot of people are afraid to be a part of their own community. We want to know, for those who like to tune in to watch this day's show, for those who know the state rep, Morgan Chapin of the 192 district, I don't know her. I don't know who she is. I've been born and raised in Winfield. All I know that Councilman Jones and his team went with her. This is an opportunity for her to come on this show on Philly Hot Radio, displaying herself to me and my audience and the fans that I have in that district. I don't know her record. I'm going to look her record up. I'm going to call her office and ask her, would she come on my show? Explain what is she doing to represent something new in the 192 district. I want to be courteous and respected to her. And I want to give her her props and the respect that she deserves as a public service leader. But I'm tired of seeing too many other things are happening in the Winfield section where none of the kids, they talked about bringing basketballs and bringing up in Bieber, one of the oldest schools, where outdated in Bieber Junior High in the heart of her district. I'm not saying that she can do it all, because I know that as a state rep, they only have certain money and state money to get. I know that. And also, she only been there for 6 years. So it takes some time for her to shift it around with some of the senators and some of the other state reps. But when they go up there, they try to ball with the Pittsburgh state reps, those who have bigger district with bigger revenue, to help their community and their tuition, help their people. I want to do the right thing, and I want to give Morgan Seymour, the state rep for the 192 district, I want to give her an opportunity to come on my radio show. I don't know this lady. I see her all the time. She walked by me. They don't want to speak to me. I speak to her, hey, state rep, and I don't want to have a problem with no one representing my community, the community that I was born and raised, the community that I represent, Winfield, Overbrook, Parkside area. That's who Mikkel Keller represents. I am who they are. I feel that I'm a great product out of Winfield. I have done the right thing to represent, and I have a right to make sure the community that I come from, make sure they get the right people represented. So what I'm going to do in my team, we're going to email the state rep for the 192 district. And I'm going to ask her voluntarily to come on my show. I'm going to give her an opportunity to sit at my table. And I like to hear her journey. What is she doing for the 100? I don't want to hear about food drives. I don't want to hear about you cleaning out driveways. What can you do to help the kids and the youth for the 192 district, where the community that I was born and raised as a young man, I don't know this state rep. I've been born and raised in Winfield, Overbrook, and Parkside, and I don't have a clue who she is. My council person know who she is. I don't know who she is. They give us people that come out of nowhere. So I want to give her an opportunity to come on a radio show to put her record and the things that she accomplished and the things that she want to do, but it seemed like they jealous of other people like me that got heart and the courage to speak out against them. I'm not afraid of my council person. I'm not afraid of the state rep. I'm not afraid of the ward leaders, the committee people. All of them plays a role. Y'all are part of the old way and the solution that we're not getting what we deserve to get, the representation in our own community. The phone lines are open for those who like to call up, 484-477-6348. For those who know the state rep for the 192 district, I'm going to call her office, I'm going to call her staff and email her, ask her, can she come on Philly Hott Radio, whistle while you work. I'm in her district, my radio show. And I'm going to ask the state rep to come on my show and give her an opportunity so I can get a chance to meet her, who she is. I don't know her. But I'm willing to get a chance to sit down and have a one-on-one conversation with her to give her the benefit of the doubt of representing a 192 district. I don't want a state rep that runs by the Democratic Party. Once you get in, they elect you every 2 years. We have to stop that. We have to make some of these state reps be accountable, not getting an easy ride and hiding behind the council person and do what they telling them to do because they helped them get in that seat. Miss Morgan, state rep for the 192 district. I want to give you an opportunity to come on my show. If you really love the 192 district, follow behind Louise Bishop, the former state rep. I don't know who you are. Never met you. I don't know you. You come from the community that I represent. I am giving you an opportunity to come on Philly Hott Radio. You might think it's not a big thing. I am the voice of the 192 district. I am well liked in this district. I have a lot of new people that want to go a new direction, a new wave. You're not protected by the Democrat Party or whoever you have behind you supporting you. But I want to give you an invitation to get to know who you are as our state rep for the 192 district, the community that I love and the community that I want to help out and save the children of the Winfield section in Overbrook and Parkside and a little bit of North Philadelphia, maybe the district that you might have. So, for those who can't say that I'm reaching out to the 192 district state rep, I'm giving her an opportunity for my fans and my audience and those who are watching this radio show. I have to be respected because she is the honorable state rep for the 192 district. The voters voted her in, so I have to respect her, and I'm giving her an opportunity to come on my radio show because I don't know her at all. She's been in office for 6 years, and I'm very popular in her district. So I'm giving her an opportunity, so we're going to close the subject. For those who like to call in, you can call Philly Hott Radio. Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hott Radio. Call us. Call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhottradio.com. Hey, Mary. And stream live on YouTube. Good morning to you, too. See ya. Hi, the phone lines are open at 484-477-63. I got a radio show, and my name is Showtime the Hype Man. So we're going to be emailing the state rep for the 192 district to come on our show to talk about what is her agenda for the 2001. Even though she may not want to come on my show, she may not even want to be in my present. But if she don't, you know, then that gives me an opportunity that I'm giving her hand on. And even though the 4th district and her councilman and all of them might think that I'm nobody, I'm going to work hard for the community that I love. And I got a voice, I have the energy, and I'm not going to the ward leaders and the committee people. I'm not going for the Democrat Party. I'm going through the little people and the ordinary people and the people that vote in that district. If I got to go knock on every door in that district and ask them, are they satisfied with the state rep of the 192 district? My name is Showtime the Hype Man. My name is Michael Keller, a.k.a. Mikkel. I'm going to give her a phone call, ask her staff to come on my show to allow her to get a chance to meet me. And I want to know her journey and what is she doing for the 192 district. So I'm going to leave that alone. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. So we're going to talk about the Winfield crime rate that's been going on in Winfield. And I want to thank Dee Dee for all the work and everything that she had done to clean up Winfield and put it out crime report every day that comes on Facebook. And I've been following all the crimes and women that has been getting robbed and stick up and a lot of burglaries that's going on in the Winfield section. I have a mother that still lives in Winfield. I have friends that still live in Winfield, and their mothers and fathers. For those who are Winfield resident and proud to be a Winfield resident, my name is Showtime the Hype Man. Before I take off into a whole new way in the music, entertainment, political, whatever God has in front of me, I want to make sure that Winfield get taken care of in the right way. I don't want to be a celebrity or someone that come from that neighborhood have never reached back to help their own community. I want to be a guy that those who can remember me, that Showtime the Hype Man reached back out to help his community that he was born and raised. And whatever I did wrong as a child or whatever I might have done, I have proved to myself that I had changed. I'm a changed man. For those who are watching me, the phone lines are open. What can we do? And I'm hearing that some of the driveways where they never had the lights fixed in some of the driveways, and some of the driveways where people used to walk down the driveways are dark at nighttime. And we're seeing residents and people that come from different communities that are shacking up and moving in the community where mothers and fathers were working class people, and Winfield had a reputation of people moving up, like the George Jefferson. And some of them came from the Rich and Island Project, some of them came from 46th and Market, and some of them came from 33rd and Melbourne, from down the bottom. And Winfield was an area that was growing where the Jewish community was living in Winfield, but blacks started getting jobs from the city, construction job, and some of the home value was only $10,000 in 1965, where it only needed $500 for a down payment. Now some of the homes at Winfield are in the $350,000. Some of the residents from Montgomery Avenue, Euclid Street, 54th and Lebanon, and Diamond Street are going close to $200,000 and up. I'm seeing a community that had pride of their blocks, had pride of keeping their grass cut. They had pride of making sure that their community and their blocks was clean and well kept. And they always had a thing that they didn't want no bars in their community. But something is going wrong because we're seeing so many poppy stores that bring crime rate up, that stores are open from 7 to 11 midnight. I feel scared for a senior citizen that's from Winfield or older person that maybe need a loaf of bread, or maybe they need some hot sauce because they fried a fish and they didn't have no hot sauce, and they want to take a chance to go to a close convenience store that is close to them. So we want to continue to shine the light on the Winfield area. So I want to get into another topic, but for those who like to call the radio station.
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hot Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhotradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya.
Hi, my name is Showtime the Hype Man. I got a radio show. And I'm grateful for the radio show that God has gave me. So we're going to get into another topic where we are seeing young kids at 9, 8, and 5-year-olds, where young teenagers, like their brothers or their sisters, have firearms inside the home. And we're seeing sloppy behaviors where young kids don't respect the gun. And with a 19 or 16 or 7-year-old boy, they don't respect firearms. So by them just slinging a gun anywhere and falling asleep all night long, being in the street and getting high, and just fall asleep on the couch, and the kids come down in the morning or in the afternoon and they see a gun somewhere on the floor, or the brother dropped it out of his coat pocket, or a young child pick a gun up because it was not a lock on the gun. It's a 9-year-old girl died last night because a young man or a young woman had a gun, where we have never really focused on our youth and our community of training and telling our children but not to touch a gun if they see some. You have a lot of mothers and fathers know that their sons carry armed pistols and they give it their own kids because the safety that's going on in the city of Philadelphia. When you have 500 murders in 2020, that is a lot of people that are trying to get back at the people that murder called revenge. And half of the young men and women are carrying guns to protect themselves because they're afraid of so many young people have guns in the city of Philadelphia. And I have paid close attention. I am studying because 3 years ago, I was doing a program about gun violence. But you had a brother that tried to stop me and told me, Showtime, oh, they got other. You know, why are black folks always trying to stop new people that's not afraid to speak on the value of what we need in our community? But right now, that's not important. Right now, we have a mother and a father that got a little daughter got shot in the head last night off a gun that maybe not be registered. And we have street guns that's patrolling in our community where half of the young children don't even have a license to even purchase a gun, but somebody is bringing guns in the city of Philadelphia where most young people can buy a gun for $300. And because of all these things are going on, and the leadership and the community leadership and the religion background do not have a clue what is really happening in the city of Philadelphia because of jealousy among leadership, among regular people, among people that's managers, people that's in the circle, in the city of Philadelphia circle of Democrats. They are not aware because they only worried about a paycheck, their health coverage, and they'll come out in the cameras and the commissioner don't have a clue or none of the police don't have her back and she cannot do it by herself because we live in a city where everybody is divided. And long as that Philadelphia can get a little bit of state money, a little bit of city budget, and a little bit of federal money that comes in our city, we have never, in the last 40 years, we never came up with a solution to reduce killing and murder in the streets across this great nation. Because my name is Showtime the Hype Man, and those who are watching me may not understand that I got a blueprint and what it is that ordinary people, that's who God is using. And those who have podcasts, radio station around the world, we are the voice of the new radio station that is going around the world and on Facebook and Instagram and whatever our show can take us at. Because I'm speaking on things where most sponsorship will not sponsor me, because I'm sharing truth and knowledge, I have realized that anything I say loud on this show, it's important that I speak the facts and the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching a man that's going to tell the truth. We are fumbling. When we see a little girl, 9, get murdered in her own house by an armed gun, that tells you that the parents in the environment in the city of Philadelphia are not paying attention because we never invest money into our community. And this week, ShopRite down South Philly are posting a $100 gift card for those who turn in guns. Senator William did it. I think Councilman Jones did it, or some other state rep or some council person came up with the idea. And all that is good that they give you all these old guns and you're going to give them 100 gift card to turn in their gun. That is not the solution, my brothers and sisters. I have a solution. And we're live on Philly Hot Radio. For those who would like to email me, you can go to mikaelkeller28@gmail.com. For those who like to get into my meetings to come up with an idea and a slogan to how to reduce gun violence in the city of Philadelphia, I have found a way, in a positive way, to bring the young people in this city that I love. Philly Hot Radio is going to work even harder to find a solution. Yes, giving a $100 gift card, and we know that $100 don't stretch long. That's not going to change the condition if a man or a young woman or someone that need a $100 gift card and got an old gun or an old rifle. I know, and then we'll take them, we'll melt the guns that we got, only to make some of the money back off the meltdowns and the guns. It's a great idea for them. That's an old way. I want to come up with a new solution for those who are watching me. And the phone lines are open. I like to hear your story, or those who don't know what a mother and a father went through of a gun violent victim of a child dying in the streets. This is your opportunity. This is the Philly Hot Radio. This is the people's station for all people. For those who are watching me, the phone line is open for those who are concerned about the city of Philadelphia, are concerned that a 9-year-old girl has been shot in her own house, and there's many, many, many guns that are flown around in the poor community where babies are around, a lot of guns. So, for those who are listening to me on Facebook, those who are watching us on Philly Hot Radio YouTube channel, this is the problem, that we have never participated to engage in a participating thing. And what we're doing, we always looking for the leaders, that quote leaders, to take it in their hand and come up with a problem, but they don't have it inside of them. Yes, they might be a leader, but if they don't have the spirit or the drive, and because the financial money that's going other places, not going back to the community. So I like the callers to call in. This is your show.
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hot Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhotradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya.
Wow. Gun violence in the city of Philadelphia. Another child died in another funeral for a little girl that maybe never get a chance to go to high school or junior high school, or maybe could have been the next woman, black president, or the next mayor of the city of Philadelphia. For those who are watching, our mothers and fathers that are raising their children, and those who are raising their grandchildren, that's a big topic where guns and murder has played a major role. We had 500 killings in 2021. Last night, a young girl in North Philadelphia picked up a gun, and the gun went off and shot her in the head. That's a tragic, that it should not happen. And because of we're not training and doing commercials and doing TV ads. Well, we'll put TV ads and commercial for who's running for office. We'll make TV ads and commercial for concerts. Why is we not putting TV ads and slogans on billboards to change the outlook of our mindset? And if our children are listening to rappers, we should invest into someone that they'll listen to give a new slogan and a clean act. I know that no one's understanding the native tongue what I'm sharing today because I'm Showtime the Hype Man, and my fans and my audience may not be big enough. And I guess what I'm saying is not attractive for those who are watching me. But I'm going to do my best, and I'm not going to quit. Because I have watched what Tyler Perry went through early on in his career. I have watched what Steve Harvey went through when he went to Los Angeles to pursue a career in the radio and what they did to him. I am watching so many other people that wanted to be a part of a talk show or be a part of a public speaker or whatever, how this city, it's not used to a new wave or someone doing something different. But I trust God. And I know that this is a time to encourage my people. The phone lines are open. I like to hear somebody that really want to call, but they are not used to calling a radio station. They are not used to talking live on Facebook because poor people are always the busiest people. But they the one will talk about somebody that doing the wrong thing. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm just trying to host a show and talk about what's really going on in the black community and why we've been suffering for the last 40 years. Maybe Philadelphia black community is happy more than ever. Maybe y'all have come conditioned to accept the way that we get mistreated when funds that comes in our community and they never put funds back in our community. And we have been paying federal money, state money, and city taxes out of your check. But we got the worst conditioned community. What's wrong with us? When is we going to be able to wake up? What do it take? So that's another topic that I wanted to share with y'all. A 9-year-old girl was shot in the head in a house where guns has spread among the poorest of poorest in the city of Philadelphia. So we're going to talk more about that. I hope that somebody called up. We're going to talk about the Joe Biden and Harris inauguration that happened yesterday. And I saw that a lot of people tune in to watch that on TV. They watch the entertainment part. And it was a good that nothing violent, everything was on point. I want to hear your input and those who have watching me and those who like to call in the radio show. They talk about what do you like about the Joe Biden and Harris inauguration and what part you didn't like? Or do you feel that Joe Biden, since he got elected, and since we have the control of the senator seats in Washington, do we believe that Joe Biden's going to do the right thing? And I was seeing an article in Philadelphia that Joe Biden in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia has allowed Joe Biden to win, to get enough votes to win the president of the United States of America. And we can see by voting and participating voting that we can change the direction of the other party that was destroying poor people and the people of color. So I know that Joe Biden's 78 years old. He has been in politics for a long time. And this was one of his dreams and passion to be the President of the United States. Joe Biden, I want to salute to you. Welcome. The President of the United States is Joe Biden, and the Vice President is Miss Harris. We want to thank y'all. I want to wish y'all the best of luck. I hope this time that this presidency will have a heart to help the poorest people in this country that are starving for help. I know it's hard of fighting senators in Congress that come from all different backgrounds across this great nation. We know that the Democrat, red state and blue state has been fire jockeying for position of how many votes. And we have watched some of the corporate people and those who look for some of the elected officials to push money their way and from their organization. I read an article today about SEPTA, where SEPTA general manager was jumping in front of the line already because of the manned transportation that runs our city. And SEPTA always looking for a bailout or looking to get federal money and state money to help this company. But we haven't realized that this company, one of the largest transportation and the only one we have in Philadelphia and along the suburban counties in the city and on the outskirts of Montgomery County, Bucks County, and even in Harrisburg, and even taking a region line train to Wilmington, Delaware. And this company all of a sudden want to smile in Joe Biden's face and hoping and praying that they'll get some of the transportation money to keep the company going and running smooth so they don't have to change the routes, or they don't have to do layoff clause, or they don't have to do certain things. So here goes SEPTA again running for help, only for their own people. But this company has shown racist towards black people that works for SEPTA. And the reason why I'm bringing that up, and I should bring that up, because the bylaws of the law stated that no man and no woman should be treated. And because SEPTA get federal money and also state money to help SEPTA run their company, and I know that we need transportation for our children to go to school. We need transportation for those who depend on transportation to get to work and keep the system rolling and this economy rolling in the city of Philadelphia. But also SEPTA have done some undercover investigation with managers of stealing money. That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Also, SEPTA have done some things, the way they treat their employees, where we talk about how managers that's in position that has been racist. Also, SEPTA had 11 police officers that went to that rally 2 weeks ago. And they was all white SEPTA police officers that went up, and they knew what that rally meant. They knew when they got their text. They wanted to be around people think like them, but SEPTA did not do anything to penalize them, to punish them for what they did. And they told SEPTA when they saw the riot, that's what they said. They walked away. Ladies and gentlemen, we are watching a company that ran this city and this big power. And a lot of our elected officials and a lot of our district attorneys and those who investigate cases. And SEPTA has been one of the biggest revenue when it comes to paying city tax, federal tax, or they have over 6,000 employees or even more, or maybe 10,000. So that's big revenue coming out of people's checks. So we're seeing that Hego Septa again asking for help to make sure because of the COVID-19, but a lot of people suffered during the COVID-19. What about the working people that lost their job, have never got their job back because of the COVID-19? We always saving these big companies when they treat black people, when they disrespect all people, they disrespect unions, and we have seen a pattern what SEPTA has done to some of the black employees in the history of Philadelphia when it comes to labor law practice. Ladies and gentlemen, SEPTA should be accountable for the work, and we should take a big look at the table before Joe Biden or any of their staff to look at human what SEPTA has did to some of their black employees and some of their white employees. But it affected the blacks more. But we don't want to talk about that. And some of your elected officials don't want to talk about that. See, anything that deals with blacks, everybody always throw it under the dirt. It's a 9-year-old girl that been killed that was black by somebody black in their home. We don't want to talk about that. We have seen Poppy Store. We have seen the prison system in the last 40, 60 years where black men and women that could not pay their bond to get out of jail because institution is a way of racist towards black men and black women. But we don't talk about that because if I talk about that, I have to be a bad person. I have to be a victim. But we are so religious and we don't want to discuss the real facts while the black community is suffering going to the 21st century. I'm not racist. I'm just speaking facts. Why every time a black man speak up something, they always got to say, oh, he racist. When we are living poor, black people are suffering in this country. You'd be surprised how many women are raising their children, don't have food, and barely paying the rent, have somewhere to stay. Why is we so always against each other? Why are we afraid to talk about? It seems like we still in slavery and segregation. I feel that we are still ashamed of fighting back because black people that's in position are scared of their job, so they won't say nothing. Somebody got to speak up, and I'm asking all my podcast radio people, it's up to us. For those who are new podcast radios, and maybe you doing it to talk to rappers or artists and trying to, whatever. Everybody has their own way. I am concerned what America has done and what they're doing to the people that voted for Joe Biden. And black folks has been voting and voting and voting for the last 60 years for the President of the United States, and we have not got the benefit yet. The phone lines are open. I'd like to hear your opinion. You don't have to be afraid, think that a politician are watching me and they're not going to give you no grant money because I'm talking about politics. Why is black people way behind into the 21st century? My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hott Radio. Call.
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hott Radio. Call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhottradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya.
We are live on Philly Hott Radio. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. I got a morning show. Sometimes I got to pinch myself that I know that God has gave me a voice, and my voice is my gift. So we're going to change the subject. We have a guest tomorrow that's coming on Philly Hot Radio, Aisha D. Butts. She's going to be a special guest. I did ask her to call in today, but she had other obligation. But she's going to come on live, and for those who are her friends, we hoping that you call up to have a talk with her, and I hope that our fan base will call up so we can have to get a chance to get to know her vision, her dream, and why she's so passionate about saving children in the city of Philadelphia and talking about the real issues inside some of these houses where a lot of kids and a lot of grandparents are raising their children. So she'll be here tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Tune in tomorrow. I'm looking for her to come here tomorrow, and we're going to have a great show tomorrow. I want to talk about the 76ers. I'm watching the 76ers. For those who know, I am a Sixers fan, an Eagle fan, a Flyer fan, and I love all Philadelphia fighters. And anything that deals with Philadelphia, I do love. Even the pretzels and the cheesesteaks and the water rice. But I know them certain food, because I'm a native black man, that them type of food will give me a belly. So I have to stay away. So what do you think about Doc Rivers and the 76ers and the way they're going so far, even though the COVID-19, but the players are still going on the line and playing in a competitive basketball game and giving the public. And I'm grateful that the 76ers and the NBA has made a decision to keep playing, and because it's hard to rebuild a lead, and they are keeping a lead alive because some of these black ball players, if the league shut down and we have so many college and other people are not making money during this crisis, during the COVID-19. So what is your input about the 76ers record that are 10-5 or maybe 10-4, I'm not sure, but they beat a team that supposed to beat the Boston Celtics. That is an old tradition that those who are 76er fans, we supposed to beat the Boston Celtics. They beat us last year in the playoff, and they beat us and swept us out the playoff last year. And I feel that some of the teams and some of the players that's still there for last year, that should have kept a nasty taste. Especially our two R-stars, Simmons and Joe, should have a nasty taste when they played the Boston Celtics. And we saw Joe, he scored about 41, 43 points last night. We saw Simmons came on in the fourth quarter with a great steal, great block shot, and some great assisted plays. So Simmons, I just can't figure out why Simmons is not a shooter. For those who are watching me and would like to call in the radio station, your input about the 76ers and what you think, how our two R-stars, do you think that we should try to go for another player, because we know that the NBA and the playoffs are going to be getting closer around the corner? They haven't gave the other schedule. They're just waiting for this schedule to play out because the COVID-19 is going up and down. I want to talk about the Philadelphia Eagles also looking for a new coach. And for those who are football players and those who love the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think that Jeffrey Lord saw a direction where the former coach was doing, and he was screwing the whole team, and it seemed like the direction of the Eagles was going downside. So I want to thank Jeffrey Lord, the owner, of making a great move on his part as an owner of making a decision to get rid of the coach, even though he came with an energy to bring us our first world champion Super Bowl to the Philadelphia. For the last 60 years, we have never won a Super Bowl. So I'm grateful for that. So we want to pray for the owner and the new coach that we might receive. I don't know how long it's going to take, but we will be having a new coach in a press conference real soon. Stay tuned. Um, so the phone lines are open. I have discussed about the state rep for the 192 district to come on this radio show where I can get a chance and the people for the 190 district would love to call to talk to her on the phone because we have a lot of serious problem going in our community. And I'm saying that she can't fix it all, but I believe that the public in the 192 district deserve an opportunity to talk to her on the phone to ask her what is she doing up Harrisburg and what type of funds or what type of programs or what type of direction as her being a state rep for the 192 district. This is an opportunity for her to get a chance to meet me because I don't know her and I've been born and raised in Winfield all my life. Anybody from Winfield know me and my family, the Keller family, but it seemed like she said she don't know me. She never heard of me before. I am Showtime, the hype man at Dell Music Center, former hype man for the Dell Music Center. We talked about the crime in Winfield that's going on. We talked about Joe Bides and Harris campaign. We talked about ShopRite down South Philly. If you turn in a gun, you get a $100 gift card if you bring a gun to ShopRite, where they'll have a special area where you can drop off. Nobody's gonna get arrested. They're not gonna ask you anything. They're just gonna drop the gun off. Also, Aisha D. Butts will be here tomorrow, special guest. We talked about the 76ers and Doc Rivers, the way that they're working hard for Doc Rivers. I want to make sure I say that. Also, the owner, Jeffrey Lewis, is going to bring a new coach to Philadelphia, and we're hoping that we get a great coach that we can continue on the legacy of the Philadelphia Eagles. And then SEPTA is still trying to get money, federal money, to keep SEPTA rolling for no layoff clause or cut back on service. My name is Showtime, the hype man on Philly Hot Radio.
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime, the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hot Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhotradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya.
Hi, we are back on Philly Hot Radio. My name is Showtime, the hype man. I'm going to read two of our sponsorship. We have about 3 or 4 sponsors. Johnson 30 Compression, 2 Breath, has a new location at 308 North 64th Street. Wanda Johnson is the founder and the CEO, and she is offering service providing certification and CPR, first aid, HIPAA, OSHA, and a 4-week course of being served. Also, if you'd like to call Wanda Johnson for more information, you can call her at 267-979-7228. Also, another one of our sponsors, Rhea Joe Grant, and the CEO designer of Persashi Chic and Sassy Design. A look that is for only you. Persashi Chics and Sassy is a style that represent the unique fire in you and the burning of fire rent, a flame of colors, a spark, the elegant and classy lady you are. We specialize in one of a kind you. So if you'd like to go to www.persassy.com, or you can go to email Margarita, like a margarita drink. You can go to Margarita website, email her at 27yahoo.com, or you can call her at 215-219-7040. Also, another one our sponsor is DJ Big Brother with Digital Coins, and He's showing how to take your money. And the new way money is running in this country is the digital money. So DJ Big Brother is one of our sponsors. Also, another sponsor is BiteTV.com. Bite TV has been a great sponsor for Philly Hot Radio. We are so grateful for all the things that he has done for us and bringing some of his team along this show to collaborate together. Also want to thank Dr. Rock, the co-host and host with me on Whistle While You Work every Saturday morning. Me and Dr. Rock has grown to build this radio station. We have grown to make sure that everything we do, that we give our public and the people the best show as possible. I want to thank Dr. Rock has been a trooper and a dedicated person to Philly Hot Radio, Whistle While You Work. This only allowed me to do what I do here from Monday to Friday. This show is only building up to Saturday's show. And what we're doing, you just saw that we do commercials, we do live videos. Also, we are upgrading our equipment to do better shows and get better input out. Also, that we'll be moving in a brand new location very soon downtown in Center City or near Broad Street somewhere. I am excited the way that Philly Hot Radio is going in a whole new direction. I want to thank Eric, Tracy, and all the other staff and all those who have came through this door on Philly Hot Radio. It has. Showtime the Hype Man is working hard in the laboratory. This is a laboratory for me. And I'm hoping that I can come up with an idea that I practice how to be a great radio host and along this journey. I'm going to be committed to do what I do from Monday to Friday. They say that the only way you get better, that is called repetition. The only way that Michael Jordan has become a 6-time world champion because he was dedicated to his craft. The only way that Tiger Woods has become dedicated to be a master 3 times, he was dedicated. Serena Williams, as one of the greatest female black tennis players, has worked hard to win the Wimbledon 19 times championships. Magic Johnson worked hard to take the Lakers to win 5 NBA World Champion. Muhammad Ali has showed the world what you can do with your hands and your style in your mouth. And Muhammad Ali has become 3 times heavyweight champion of the world, but his time caught up with him. In the era of Joe Frazier, Jim Brown, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and some of our artists and singers have paid a price. And I have realized that we have to learn how to use the gift that God gave you. And that's what Showtime the Hype Man doing. I'm going to play a selection where my brother that got over 459 hooks, Corey, a woman has got a song, and I played it yesterday. So I guess that I'm able to play it again, and I'm hoping that those who will love this tune and maybe want to buy this tune, and it said that, would you be my wife? And most women are looking to get a carrot on their hand. We're going to play this song.
Man. want you right. Just say the word, I'll give you anything. Give you everything that you ever ask. Don't judge me by my past, cause I'ma make it better, baby. I know I mess up, baby, that's for sure. I don't need you walking out that front door. You ain't leave me.
What's going on?
Believe in me, yeah. And I'ma show you love like you never felt before. Would you mind if I wiped you? What if I wiped? Would you mind if I iced you?
Am I ice
But I want you, baby. But would you mind if I wiped you, baby?
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hott Radio. Call us, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhottradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya.
Hi, we are back. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hott Radio. Whistle while you work. Saturday show, but today Showtime the Hype Man got the morning show. So we're going to continue to be in the laboratory and going to figure out how can we build this radio show from Monday to Friday. I know that I don't have any friends in Philadelphia, but I do have friends outside of Philadelphia. I haven't had one family member ever call my radio station since I've been here for 18 months. Not one family member have ever called this show, but I don't worry about that. And I want to thank the friends that did call me on this radio show. And it's not about who don't call. It's about that I show up every day. My barber told me something, Bob. He said when he first got into barber, for 30 days he showed up. And not one person that he ever cut their hair, but he went there every day, was that first haircut that made him be an owner of a barber shop. So I'm gonna duplicate what my barber told me, and that stuck with me even with this brand new radio show that I'm doing. And It's not that I'm not well known in the city of Philadelphia, and some people may be busy, but I understand the road to successful. It ain't easy. But I do know that one day things going to change for me because I've been consistent. And I'm one of the strongest believer in faith that God is going to take care of this radio show. God, I trust you. And I may not have anyone here, no producers, nobody around me. I have accepted the challenge and the invitation that God has allowed me to do a radio show. And I know that millions of people around the world are going to support me. It may not be in Philadelphia because I say some things where most people get shook up. And what do? We're like dominoes where we don't think that nobody ain't going to make it because we don't have a lot of people that dream in this city. And if you're not hot or you're not a person that they think you're not doing nothing, we're not used to ordinary people starting things. And I know that there's a lot of people doing what I'm doing, and I'm not saying that. I want to make that clear to those who are watching me on Facebook or even on a YouTube channel. I know that what it takes to be successful, hard work, dedication, and believing in yourself and believing that God will help you. For those who are still sitting on the sideline or never have learned the new wave, it's important that any of us are watching something that we never saw before. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a spiritual moment to pray for the children of the city of Philadelphia. And for all the mothers and fathers, they lost their children in the streets of the city of Philadelphia. And also I want to pray for all the young men that's in penitentiary, that doing life, that would never come home in society because of a gun or doing something that led them into jail because the system has nothing for our children to do. For those who protecting their children because what is going on in every city where there's no structure for our kids but to go another way that has not been good for our society. Ladies and gentlemen, we are watching our children with no direction. So we're going to take Philly Hot Radio, a morning show. I'm not a religion guy. I want to make that clear to my want to do it. I do believe in prayer and saving lives and saving our children and our youth in the city, and watching them are the next future. They are our next council people. They are our next state rep. They are the next senators and Congress that help to maintain, to make sure that working people get the true benefits that is meant for us to get, to show another direction, a way that people that we elected would do for our community as a whole. So we're going to take a moment, and I'm hoping that those who are watching me, I hope they don't chase you away, because I want to take a moment for the mothers and fathers that lost their children in the streets across this great nation. So we're going to hold that moment. So, thank you. That was a quick moment. So, what I'm looking for, and me and also Dr. Rock, to make sure that it's important that I acknowledge her, and also if my grandson is watching me, he should be in class doing his homework. So nobody know how hard it is to do what I'm doing, and it is real hard, and it's not easy for me. But long that if I can watch my mentor Steve Harvey every day, not that I'm piggybacking what he does, I'm doing what God put into me. Um, it's hard developing something new where my community as a whole are not, we're not people that engage with someone is doing something and they look at like they can do it or we can do what he do, so it's not attractive. And I'm hoping that I'm not turning people off not to watch me because I talk about politics. I talk about the condition of our community. I talked about the condition of the prison system. I talked about all these things where I'm hoping that people don't turn off the things that I'm saying. And I just want to give y'all an opportunity or a program that we can come up with a solution to save the children across this great country. And the kids are the new leadership. And we don't have anything for them to reach back or to hold on to, so they hold a gun and they sleep with their gun in their waist, or they sleeping with something that's a spirit that allow them to trigger and shoot someone because they didn't like them, or the first thing they do, go grab the guns. I don't know. I'm only one person in the city of Philadelphia, and I may not have a lot of people cheering me on and keep doing what you're doing, Showtime. But I know that gospel song that sometimes you got to pat your own self on the back. We had Corey Lyman came on, the young man that hold 459 hook, the king of hooks. And he was singing here Monday, and he talked about no complaining. And I'm not going to complain. It's my duty and my job that I must show up here in spite of no one called me, no one is listening to me. It's my job to make sure that I show up and find what I need to do to make this radio show Monday to Friday. I'm not getting no help from nobody. I'm looking for people to join me as a team. I'm looking for someone that may be sitting home, has nothing to do. This is an opportunity for us to develop employees here on Philly Hot Radio, where if we keep doing something right, sooner or later, something right gonna come back. I don't know what God has in front of me, but I'm going to just show up. So for those who are watching me, has started this new show, I'm happy. And in spite of the outcome of this show today, I'm still happy. In spite of that one person didn't call today on this radio show, I'm still happy. I'm going to leave here happy because I know that God is working behind the scene, because I have read so many stories of people being successful. And I know that I have my own story. And one day, I'm going to reflect where no one in the city of Philadelphia didn't believe in me, didn't believe in my radio show, not even a family member, no one. Philly Hot Radio, morning show, Showtime the Hype Man.
Hey, you doing Showtime? How are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Is that Rock?
Let me tell y'all, this is my rock, Dr. Rock. I told y'all This is my friend. You're the first caller, Dr. Rock, and I want to thank you. And I was telling the audience how much I appreciate you. And not to say that on Facebook or anyone that maybe be looking at me. I tell people it's hard, Dr. Rock, doing what me and you're doing. It's not easy going to the public and expressing our feelings, our guests, and all the stuff that me and Dr. Rock maybe go through on the outside, dealing with other situations, other people. But me and Dr. Rock knew that it's important that me and her support each other, and we're doing that. She is supporting me right now, and she didn't have to call here. But she's doing that because she see how hard I'm trying to do something, and she always willing to help people, extend herself out.
Right.
And
Yeah,
so
you're doing a great job. I wasn't able to hear this morning, but I know that you got it. So I said, let me just call. 'Cause I have a little, a little small break. So I said, let me just call, see what's going on, and see how is everything coming.
well, what I did, Dr. Rob, before you go, I talked about the state rep in the district that me and you and your parents, and you still have mother and father that lives in the 192 district. And I reached out to Morgan Chapman, I reached out to her because I don't know her. And I'm seeing the community where my mother lives in Winfield, your parents live in Winfield, and some of our friends' parents. And we're seeing a crime rate that is so big in Winfield, like it's amazing, where Winfield is starting to look like North Philadelphia, and some of these houses are getting torn down. And I asked her not to talk about her. I invited her to be our guest on Saturday's show on Philly Hot Radio, Whistle While You Work on Saturday. Morgan Chap, I don't know her, but I'm willing to get to know her and ask her, because I'm a Winfield resident, born and raised, and I should know who represent the community that I love. But I did ask, and I'm going to call her staff to come on our show on Saturday, me and you, Morgan. Hope she comes. She might don't come, but I'm giving her an opportunity first to come on our show. What do you think?
Yeah, that would be great. I'm sure she has a lot of information that she might want to share.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to do, because I don't know her, and she walks by people like she don't know people. So I'm giving opportunity for
Who is it? Who is it you said?
Morgan Chapman, the state rep.
Okay.
So we want to ask her to come on our radio show, because the community in the 190 district, 92 district, want to know why is Winfield crime rate is going up, and we're not seeing nobody really concerned about the mothers and little girls that are getting robbed. And we talked about the 9-year-old girl got shot in the head last night.
Last night? Oh, no.
Yeah. A 9-year-old girl in North Philadelphia picked up a gun, or maybe a family member had on the couch, and she picked it up, and the gun killed her last night, a 9-year-old girl.
Oh, wow.
You didn't know that? Dr. Rock? Yeah, that's sad. So we talked about that, and talking about solutions, and also ShopRite is having a giveaway. If you bring a gun, you can get a $100 gift card by turning a gun. And I talked about, Dr. Rock, yes, we can turn a gun, but I'd rather for them give them a 2-year scholarship for a trade, or allow some of them that don't have GEDs, that we can give them money to go to school every day, and get some of these black young children back in the school system, and recruiting our kids and giving them auto trades, carpenter trades, electrician trades, welding trades, computer trades. Instead of giving them a $100 gift card, all that does is feed them, but that's not helping the solution. So that's something we're going to talk about on me and your show, our show that we got.
Yeah,
And
that's a
so,
good one. Yeah.
yeah, so we want to, because I know that that's one of your things, and also that 9-year-old girl that got shot in the head. I know that Dr. Rock, the kind of heart she got. I know that that's something that Dr. Rock would like to bring back up.
Yeah, that's so sad. Yeah, that's probably something. That's why they got to give you these guns and stuff. That's why these laws have to change. You
Yeah.
know, they have to change because it's terrible. You know, and innocent kids are getting killed. That's terrible.
9-year-old
Innocent
girl.
bystanders, and different people. It's sad. It really is.
And the sad part, Dr. Rock, here we go. We got a big stage on Philly Hot Radio. Yes, me and Dr. Rock got a big radio station. I'm here live. I'm here. We got the equipment, we got the computer system, I got my laptop. And no one was willing to talk about the 9-year-old girl that been shot in the head. And I'm not upset, or I just know that we have been taught not to talk about things, and that bothered me that a 9-year-old girl that been killed in our own house. And we got a community that nobody got nothing to say. Maybe I'm not attracted to people in Philadelphia, and it's okay. But any radio host or any podcast radio show should be talking about a 9-year-old girl got shot inside a house where we know that that little girl did not bring that gun in the house. We know that little girl ain't bring that gun in the house. She was in a comfort zone in her own house, and someone laid a gun on the couch, and nobody got nothing to say.
Wow, wow. It's just sad, because keeping the guns around the house, and I know some people just want them for protection in the house and stuff, but you can't. You gotta be careful. You can't have them around. When you have kids in the house and stuff, you gotta really, cover yourself, cover the kids, that way they won't pick it up and stuff. Because kids are curious,
Wow.
Yeah, and that's sad, and that's why you have to really be careful of those type of things. I know people today, they want to protect themselves, but they still got to be careful. You got to definitely be careful, especially when you have kids around.
And Dr. Rock, I'm going to piggyback where a 2-year-old boy got killed, or a father and a parent will blame the child so he won't go to jail. His mother will go with the father and say this and say that just to save her boyfriend. And these children are not protected inside some of these homes.
Yeah.
And it's not that Dr. Rock and Showtime the Hype Man can save people's lives, but me and Dr. Rock can also bring it out there to our radio show, and maybe we can build the buzz up to get more people to talk about situation of some of the young kids in the city and across every city, not just Philadelphia. Me and Dr. Rock, we hit every city when we go on YouTube channel around the world. So Dr. Rock, I don't know what to say about that. Is this maybe that's not a good topic for us to talk about, because we get used to seeing child or somebody getting killed, so we act like it's normal. It's not normal for a young girl to get killed inside her house.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
That's not normal.
No, it's not. But I'm gonna have to get ready to go though. But I just wanted to let you know, call up and
Well, I thank you. Okay, well, I thank you, Dr. Rock. That's Dr. Rock, the host, along with me on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you work. Stay tuned. We got a great show Saturday. Stay tuned. Thank you, Dr. Rock.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hot Radio. Call us. Call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhotradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya.
We are live, and Dr. Rock just called here, and I want to thank her for calling. And the conversation where children are inside the home where mostly firearms are hanging around with no gun locks, and we're not teaching young adults that may be taking these guns a little bit too far, and mothers and fathers are not paying attention what goes inside their home. And we're watching where the city of Philadelphia did gun drives to give in cash a $250 or $100 gift card. Now they didn't want to just give food from get a ShopRite card. All they doing is getting the money and putting it back in ShopRite. And it's nothing wrong with them doing that way, but we're taking a ShopRite card so the young kids or the person that bring the gun to go and ShopRite only getting their money right back. And whatever it takes to get some of the guns off the street, that's a good thing. But I realize that every child from 14 to 18 years old that are not in high school, doesn't have any trades, maybe lacks skills of computer, laptop, and the new technology, where some of the employees that's in the city of Philadelphia, that we need to come up and have a meeting about how can we go and take this to another level to really focus on how can we reduce the murders and the killing in the streets of the city of Philadelphia. Because of the leadership that I don't have a relationship with none of the politicians and none of the ministry leadership, and because I say things that are different, that I might not be attracted to some of the elected officials, I might not be attracted to some of your spiritual leaders, some of your community leadership. And because I say things that they will dis away from me, but the reason why that I'm different. And my style as a radio host is different. But I'm a humanity radio host that want to tackle the children and how can I help Philadelphia kids and lead them in a positive direction and to learn something different. The old way is not working in the city of Philadelphia and across every other blue Democrat state where our children has been affected with the court system, with the prison system, with the drug-infested drug neighborhoods, and all the raggedy ass pot stores that goes in our community. We need to build centers that help the black youth, the Latino youth, and some of my white poor children that are suffering too behind the creeks. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. I don't have all the answers. I don't have any leadership in the city of Philadelphia, but I got a radio show. And whatever Facebook will give me a platform, I am reaching out to all the business people, corporate people, all the podcast radio stations, that everybody doing what they want to do. I'm going to do what God asked me to do, to reach back and find a way to save the children in this society. It's my duty and my calling from God. How can I come up at the lab? I'm at the lab right now. And I don't have all the answers. I don't have anyone here. I don't have no staff. I don't have no one that's willing to believe in helping the children. I'm not a part of nobody's organization. I'm not a part of the Democrat Party in the city of Philadelphia. I'm not a part of no elected officials. I'm not a part of no religion leaders. Everybody has their own thing. And the reason why that we're not coming together, because we have never learned to put things inside a pot and maybe we can stir up. Yes, we may disagree with Showtime the Hype Man say. Yes, we may not like what Showtime the Hype Man is talking about. Yes, Showtime the Hype Man maybe talk about the Democrat Party, or maybe he be talking about some of the council people or state reps, or even the Congress or the state senators, or our senator that represent Pennsylvania that goes to Washington. I may be saying some things that maybe will ruffle some feathers, so I'm not attractive to some of the big will people in the city of Philadelphia. All I'm trying to do is save the children, save the children, save the children, save the children. Just like the song the OJ said, we gotta save the children. And we're not doing it. We have failed the kids in the city across this great nation. We can elect president after president after president. If we don't come up with a plan, our children in this great country will not have a recycle of powerful people. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. I got a radio show. The phone lines are open.
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hott Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhottradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya.
My style is different as a radio host. And I may not have the big sponsorships. It's okay. I may not have a Facebook, even though I got 5,000 people. They say they're my friends. But it's not about me promoting this radio show. It's about me speaking and saying something where most people are afraid. And whatever, which way y'all want me to say it. Only know one way to say to be direct. We are struggling and our children need our help. I'm looking for sponsorships to people that want to invest into the city children. I'm tired of SEPTA, other companies getting all the federal money, the state money for the public system, where half of our children ain't going to school. We always saving these companies, and they always getting a big chunk of the federal money that comes in the city of Philadelphia, where the community don't get not probably 1% of the money. Where is our children money? Where is the money to develop a new environment for the children of the city of Philadelphia? We have got to allow these men and women that are in leadership to be accountable. Where is the federal money, city money, state money going to? I do not see it in the city. Where are the children money? We have to do something to save the lives of the children in the city of Philadelphia. The phone lines are open. My name is Showtime the Hype Man on Philly Hott Radio. Morning show. Call in, callers.
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hott Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhottradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya.
Mayor Kennedy, I know you got a Facebook page. Darrell Clark, Councilman President Darrell Clark, you got a Facebook page. And I'm not going to name all the councils, women and councilmen and those who are councilmen at large. All my state reps that represent Philadelphia, y'all got a Facebook page. Congress, Dwight Evans, and those who are state senators, Senator Williams, Senator Busen Hughes. Y'all got a Facebook page. And I see that y'all put y'all stuff up. And I've seen how we practice politics in the city of Philadelphia. And I remember the Honorable Tommy Blackwell was trying to organize in the West Philadelphia section of bringing West Philadelphia politics, all of us on the same page to show power. But because of the ego and the separation of politics in the West Philadelphia area, where the 4th district and the 3rd district have not come together, and we see what the 4th district did behind the scene to take a legend, a backdoor deal to take Councilwoman Janie Blackwell out. Somebody played a major role financially to knock out Councilwoman Janie Blackwell. And we're seeing some of the state reps where they go in and out and changing different state rep ever since Tommy left his seat. We got Jim Robach that has been in the Southwest Philadelphia, I say 100 years, where nobody is challenging Jim Robach, and Jim Robach is staying comfortable in his district, and he's sitting there every 2 years when he runs. Nobody in the district can beat him. We saw how long that Councilwoman Janie Blackwell was in office and did a great job as a councilwoman. I want to say that because she did a great job because she loved her community and she loved the people that she served. I want to make that clear. But we all know that all of us got a day. Showtime, my hype man, got a day that I maybe not be doing this radio show, but I might put myself in a better position to help the children in the city of Philadelphia. The politics in the city of Philadelphia are not humanity. These men and women have an old way of destroying new, young politicians. Don't give them a chance. Why are the young folks, but these other people always want to be in a position? We need more young people, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking for some new young politicians. They're not afraid to challenge the old way of the Democrat Party in the city of Philadelphia. And I respect the Democrat Party and the chairperson, the treasurer, the secretary. I want to make that clear that I respect everybody's leadership role that the people voted in. And along with the ward leaders electing a president of the ward and the chairperson of all the ward leaders, I want to make that clear that I respect everybody's position. And it's not that I'm fighting against y'all. I'm not angry. I'm just tired of the old way. And I believe that change needs to come in the city of Philadelphia. And what they're doing, they're trying to team up to get a mayor that's from the old way of politics to keep the same way and the same people lined up. But I know there's a councilwoman that's going to run and going to shock y'all. And I'm going to support, and I'm going to sit back and watch how many people that's going to run for the mayor's seat in 2024. Very interesting race, and I'm going to see what councilman or what councilwoman, besides the person that they say is running, and I don't want to say nobody's name, but we're going to be careful. And I'll have to be careful too, because I still live in the city of Philadelphia that I love, even though I'm not going to get no opportunity because they think that I don't have a large audience. But I'm building something from Monday to Friday. By the time the mayor race come in the city of Philadelphia, Showtime the Hype Man radio show gonna take off. And our listeners, because I'm gonna say some things and I'm gonna tell the truth. Because we gotta go a new way in the city of Philadelphia because the children and the community leadership and the things that we have watched over the years, that the religion leadership, the community, all of them are not in it to win it for the children. They are in it for their own selfish, jealous self. So my name is Showtime the Hype Man. My grandson calling me. I got all these people calling me, but I have a radio show. They're going to have to wait. I have 10 more minutes on my show. For those who like to call in, you can call in. What?
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hott Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you go to www.phillyhottradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya!
I got a radio show called Philly Hot Radio Whistle. I don't know what God has in front of me. But I'm here at the laboratory trying to figure this thing out. We try entertainment, I try business people. I have tried everything that I can to make sure that this show gonna take off. I don't know that date, I don't know that timing, but I believe that God is going to allow this radio show to go. And because I talk politics on this radio show, and I talk about coming up with a solution. For those who want to know my background, I'm the president of the Young Elite Society. And this is an organization that is not nonprofit. We don't get any funds. We do everything on our own, and we raise our own money. This is an organization that I'm the president and the founder, co-founder, along with the late James Williams. I'm going to honor the late James Williams that had made an organization where young men like Lenny Patterson, Abdul Sanders, Gary Gray, Hank Thompson, Wylena Hampton, Jawal Boy, Sabrina Shelton, Lenny Patterson, Shelton, and we maybe had some other members of the Young Elite Society. I'm the only one still carrying the torch of the Young Elite Society. Wanda Johnson from Compression Organization keep telling me to keep building the Young Elite Society up. I'm hoping that if former Councilwoman Janie Blackwell is watching me, she have know what this organization has done for people. Also, Tommy Blackwell Jr., Aunt Joe, Tommy, if you watching me, he also would do things with our organization. Dante, if you watching me, I have went and asking those who are seeing me live on Facebook this afternoon. It's still noon be coming in about 8 minutes. I need each and every one of y'all watching this show today. I may be scrambled all over the place. I maybe didn't sell the show today to a new audience, or maybe someone is watching me that stayed on to see what I'm doing. I got a radio show, and I am committed, in spite of all the disasters, all the trials, all the painful stuff that it takes to be successful, because I've read that successful is failure. We're live live on Philly Hot Radio. I'm in tune to what God is doing for me. I'm in tune that this gift that he gave me called the voice. I know that Philadelphia may not give me the Liberty Bell. I may not hear the sounds of some of the elected officials or some of the religion leaders or some of the community activities. I may not be in your rotation because everybody is running because it seems like I have what it takes, but I have to make my own name, and I'm going to work hard. Showtime the Hype Man got a radio show. I don't know what God going to do. I'm just going to wait on him. I'm just going to wait on him. Because I realize that every rejection is a new direction. And I have been talked about in this city by so many people. And you never got a chance to know who I am. And it's okay if you think I ain't making no money or you're not doing what you think. I'm different. So it's important for me to be who I am. See, when I am, I'm happy. See, it doesn't matter. I'm happy, ladies and gentlemen. We're live on Philly Hot Radio. Showtime got a radio show Monday to Friday. We have 6 more minutes of those who like to call in.
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hot Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you can go to www.phillyhotradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya.
I got a radio show. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. Monday to Friday and Saturday on Philly Hot Radio. Whistle while you work. Me and Dr. Rock, we be rocking on Saturday. Our phone lines be blowed up. And I just want to keep on doing this journey. Before I close this day's show, and I don't know what tomorrow going to be, I'm just going to keep showing up Monday to Friday and hoping that the best going to come out of that, and I believe that it is. So for those who want to help me, and it's nothing wrong asking help, my phone number is 267-481-6764. For those who like to join me and help us create something bigger than, because we don't believe in dreaming. I want those who dreamers and maybe want to be a part of Showtime the Hype Man a morning show. I'm looking for a PR person. I'm looking for those who can deal with all the sound equipment, deal with the while I'm talking, that I don't have to touch all the equipment. I got the phone here. I have to deal with the computer system that deals with this show. I got all these mics. I got 1, 2, 3. We got 5 different mics here. For those who know, this is the drop back. This is a mic that goes up and down. Look at that beautiful mic. I got a radio show, and my name is...
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hot Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you go to www.phillyhotradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya.
So that's the end of the show. So we want to thank y'all. Thank you for tuning in on Philly Hot Radio. We see you tomorrow. Naisha will be here. Callers, please call up tomorrow. She's one of our special guests. And this woman is a very sharp lady. So we see y'all tomorrow on Philly Hot Radio. Showtime the Hype Man got a radio show. And we got a radio show. We got a radio show on Philly.
Hi, and good morning. This is Showtime the Hype Man Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon on Philly Hot Radio. Callers, call in at 484-477-6348, or you go to www.phillyhotradio.com and stream live on YouTube and Facebook Live. See ya.